Hello, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to try and figure out what makes a getaway truly perfect. And to do that, we're going to zoom in on one specific location, the town of Maleny on Australia's Sunshine Coast, and use it as our case study to really break down the formula for an amazing escape.
So think about it for a second. What is it for you? Is it all about kicking back and doing absolutely nothing? Or are you someone who needs to be out there exploring? The answer is different for everyone, right? But it turns out there are a few key elements that seem to create that perfect, memorable experience. And that's what we're going to unpack.
It always starts with a feeling, doesn't it? When you read a description like this, you're not just getting information, you're being transported. You can almost feel the lush green surroundings and the vibe of this charming town. That right there, that's the hook. That's the thing that pulls you in.
All right, so let's start with the place itself. What is it about this particular spot in the Sunshine Coast Hinterland that makes it such a fantastic backdrop for our little investigation? Okay, so the very first piece of our puzzle is, of course, the location. But, and this is so important, we're not just talking about a pin on a map. The right location isn't just a place you go to, it's an entire world you get to step into. It's the foundation for the whole experience.
And this is exactly why a place like Maleny just works so well. I mean, first up, you have those jaw-dropping countryside views. That satisfies that deep need to just escape the 9-to-5. But it's not just that. It's balanced with this incredibly rich culture, a vibrant art scene, and a foodie culture that's just bustling with energy. It's a place with real depth, and it's all wrapped up in that charming, small-town feel that makes it so welcoming.
And when you mix all of those things together, you get something really special. It stops being just about being in a town and becomes about what the whole hinterland region lets you do, and, more importantly, how it makes you feel.
You know what elevates a destination from good to great? It's this duality. A fantastic getaway can often be two things at once. On one hand, yes, it's a relaxing retreat, a place to unplug, recharge, and just breathe. But on the other, it's an explorer's hub, a launchpad for discovering art, amazing food, and nature. The real magic is having the freedom to choose your own adventure each day. That's the sign of a truly versatile escape. Which brings us to the next crucial piece of the puzzle. You found the perfect location, so where do you stay? It's so much more than just a room. It's your sanctuary, your personal base camp for everything you're going to do.
And this is our second key ingredient, the sanctuary. The right accommodation doesn't just put a roof over your head, it actually makes the location even better. It needs to be a private haven that somehow makes you feel both perfectly at home and a million miles away from everything. It's a really tricky balance to get right.
And in our case study, an accommodation called Tranquil Getaways is aiming to be exactly that. I mean, listen to the language here. It's a combination of comfort, style, and hospitality. They're positioning themselves as that ideal base we were just talking about, a perfect illustration of the sanctuary idea in action.
And hey, the location within the location is a huge deal. A little detail like being just a short walk from the heart of Maleny, that's a game changer. It means you get the privacy of a retreat with immediate access to all the action, the cafes, the shops, the culture. It is literally the best of both worlds.
So, what are the details that turn a simple stay into a true sanctuary? Let's dive in and break down the specific features that elevate the experience and make it a core part of the whole getaway formula.
So, let's peek inside. What are those specific details that take a stay from just good to great? Which features are going to deliver on that promise of total relaxation with, little touch of luxury?
Well, for starters, you've got options, which is always a plus. You can go for the luxury villas with their modern, stylish feel, or maybe the private cabins if you're looking for something more cozy and intimate. But the standout feature here, the real kicker, is the in-villa spa. I mean, come on. That takes the idea of a relaxing retreat to a whole other level, ultimate privacy and indulgence. And for the practical folks, the midweek deals show they're thinking about all kinds of travelers and budgets. It's just a really well-rounded offering.
Okay, so we've dissected the main components, a dynamic location and a sanctuary-like place to stay. The final piece of the puzzles is the practical stuff, how you actually make it all happen.
And at the end of the day, turning inspiration into an actual plan has to be easy. A good destination makes it simple to connect.
offering everything from social media for visual daydreaming to all the direct contact info you need for booking. We'll just leave this on screen for a moment, so feel free to hit pause if you need to grab any of these details.
And so we end by turning the question right back to you. Now that we've seen all the ingredients, a vibrant location that offers both retreat and exploration, and a sanctuary that provides comfort and style, what are the elements that are most important for you? What does your perfect getaway actually look like? That's something to think about for your next escape. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.